New technology impacts building codes and the work at the Planning and Development Department. As more innovations enter the market, plan reviewers and inspectors must rely on their own expertise to ensure those technologies are safe, sometimes even before a code is formalized. Inspector Eric Simons explains a good example is the growth of solar and how new safety protocols were adopted.
One of the things, if you're not familiar with solar systems, a lot of people that go over, first thing you do, they flip off the main breaker to the panel. Now it's dead, there's no electricity. Well, with solar, if the sun's out and there's daylight, it's making electricity. So you have to understand that there's different directions the power can come from. So by understanding how the basic technology works, you can protect yourself. The main breaker has been downsized from a 200 to 150 amp breaker, and the reason for that is now that we're putting power into the panel, if we still have a maximum amount coming in and we feed from another direction, you can overload the panel. So the first step in solar systems is to downsize the main breaker so that the total power coming in doesn't overload the system. The second item, basically like I said, it's kind of like a roadmap. It shows a 100 amp breaker, which we have right here, and then this power feeds up through this conduit, and we come to our first disconnect switch. So if somebody comes up and they're going to work on this panel, they can throw this switch, shuts off all the solar and battery power.
Inspectors also must look at the panel installation to ensure safety requirements are met.
There's a fire on this roof, they throw their ladder up, they go up there, and those panels cover a majority of that roof section, but you can see there's a 3-foot area across the bottom, the side, and the top. So that a fireman, if he's on the roof, can safely walk around those panels.
The next new technology for solar is uncharted territory, battery storage, and how it safely connects to the system.
This particular model, this is the first one installed in Phoenix. There's another company that is producing a similar battery storage pack, and I've only inspected one of them myself. A lot of times the building code doesn't cover it because the technology is so new, it hasn't even come up. So a lot of building code we refer back to the manufacturer's installation instructions. Well, by understanding the basics of electricity, wire sizing, breakers or fuses protect the wiring, the circuits. So if you understand the basics, even if you don't understand anything how this works, if you know that it produces 30 amps of current, then you can make sure that the wire and the breakers going to it are sized correctly and can protect the rest of the system. As the industry starts coming up with more systems like this, then they can start to standardize how they get installed.
Planning and development staff are dedicated to the safe growth of the city. If you have any questions, you can contact us at Phoenix.gov/PDD.